Stock investing for beginners. I made over 10,000 in April 2024, April 1st to April 30th. In this video, I'm going to talk about how much money is needed to make this amount of money. And there are three things required to successfully able to trade stocks, options, and invest options. And we're going to look at 5 main factors that could move the stock markets in June and this year. Short-term gain was 10,287, long-term gain was $2.21, so in total 10,290.03. How much did I pay to my broker? 37.79. Imagine you start a business and you only need to give $37 in capital, then you can make 10,000 a month. Isn't it the best business in the world? Yes, absolutely. Of course, you need to know how to do stock investing, call option, put options, and advanced option. These 4 are really important. So how much did I lose? My most losing trade was 4,170. And I lost about 9 trades in total for the whole month of April. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The rest were winning trades. It's really important you win more than you lose. That's how you keep your profits. Look at that, 10,000 profits. So how much did I use to make this amount of money? There are 3 answers to this. First, you might think it's 220,000. No, I did not need to have 220,000 to be able to make this much. So this is the total of every single trade that I made in April. For example, for stock investing, I invested in this stock, 100 shares, 23,757. Then I got about 27,000. So the profit was 3,200. For this trade, I only need to use 2,180. And I got 2,665 profits, double. What's the difference? One is stock investing, one is option trading. And you might think, oh, option trading is much better. I just need to use a little capital and I make a lot of money. Yes and no. If you don't know how to profit, you're gonna lose this 2,000 just like that. It's really quick. For stock investing, it's much easier to gain, grow your wealth if you just invest in good companies. But it can take some time to make that profits. So my solution is very simple. I invest in stock, hold it for long term. In the meantime, how do I make money if I don't want to sell the stock? Option trading and advanced option trading. So that's what I do. For this, I only needed $100 and I made $700. Advanced option trading. So for this, I needed $300. Then I got 500 profits. Look at that, 1,630 and I got 418. So the profits are not regular. That's one good thing. You can make a lot of money if you know how to do it. And another thing is very important. It's education. Even if you have 220,000 or $1 million, if you don't know stock investing, call option, put option, and advanced option, you could lose that money just like that. So there are 3 things that you need to be able to successfully trade stocks, options, advanced options, or invest in stock. First, you may need a few hundreds to a few thousand to start investing or to start trading. Second, you need to be able to do it, repeat the process successfully. After you win this trade, you use the money to win another trade, your win's gonna add up. Your win has to be more than your losing trades. That's how you make this profit. The thirdly, probably the most important thing is education. You need to be able to know when to get in, when to get out, which stocks to trade, which stocks to invest, which advanced option you need to use. If you want to know more, subscribe my channel. I'm going to teach you more. And before I go to 5 factors that could move the stock market in June and the rest of the year, let's look at what happened to the stock market and what are the best performing stock setters in the stock market. S&P 500 in the past month gained 6.2%. That's pretty good. Year to date is 12.2%. If you invest in real estate, if you made just over 7%, it's already considered good. 7%. Just imagine in stock markets, 12.2% in just 5 months. Look at that. So that's why I love stock markets, especially US stock markets. I don't invest in other stock markets because I know that historically US stock markets perform much better than the other stock markets. Let's look at the past 5 years. 88.3%. Maxima, look at that. It hit the peak. Everybody was saying it can only go down. Yes, it did go down a little bit, but it just came back again. Remember, that's the power of US stock markets. It did go down, but every new heights is higher than the before. Look at that. Let's look at Nasdaq. The past month, 8.94%. Very, very good. The beginning of April, the first 2 weeks, it was down. Like I said before, it was a very, very good buying opportunities. Did you get that opportunity? Comment down below. After 3rd week of April, the stock market just came back up again. Year to date, Nasdaq 14%. Pretty good. 5 years, 120%. Maximum. Look at that. Every peak drop a little bit, then gets higher. You see? Higher peak. That's the power of US stock markets. Nasdaq usually perform better than S&P 500. But if there is a bear market, Nasdaq probably performs less than S&P 500. So there's always a trade-off. Dow Jones, look at that, 4.27% the past month. Year to date, 5.72%. 5 years, 60.68. Not so much. Maximum, the same story. It went up, dropped a little bit, but the higher high, drop, higher high again. Look at that US stock market. Let's go and look at which stock sectors perform the best. If you look at it, the most green on the heat map is Google and Meta, so communication services. NVIDIA, 92.61%. Look at that. As far as I can see, it performs the best on this heat map. Some people will say, I want to buy Apple, NVIDIA was already up double in 2023. I don't want to buy NVIDIA in 2024. Look at that, 2024, it's not even over yet, 92.61%. Do you know why the difference is so much? It's because Apple is overvalued. NVIDIA was undervalued, and I could say it's fair value or undervalued now. So that's why NVIDIA's double, and it's also double again in 2024. It's really important to invest in undervalued stock. Let's say you are a real estate investor. The best way to make the most return is to buy undervalued real estate. If you pay only $400,000 on $1 million house, your chance of appreciation is much higher. Even if the house price double, let's say $400,000 becomes $800,000, your house intrinsic value is $1 million. So you're not gonna sell your house. That's $800,000 can become $1 million or $1.2 million. But if you pay $1.2 million for $1 million house, it's very, very hard for you to gain. Nobody's gonna pay $1.4 million, $1.5 million on $1 million house. It's the same way. Look at Apple. That's why it has been consolidating, not moving at all for the past 1 or 2 years. I made a videos about NVIDIA. At the time, it was only $179. Look at that, $179. That video was on 1 year ago, January 29, 2023. Look at NVIDIA now. NVIDIA's 953. So yeah, double 2 times, double in 2023 and now double in 2024. Yeah, of course, because it's still fair value in my opinion. Apple is probably more overvalued than NVIDIA. It's just my opinion. So if I have $1,000, where would I put my $1,000 in? NVIDIA or Apple? Personally, in my opinion, I'd rather put my money in NVIDIA. Of course, I wouldn't put it now because, as you already know, 760, that was a good time to buy. So I bought it around $485. So right now I'm sitting on a really nice profit, 47,000. The cost was 48,575. The value right now is 95,000. So I think it's gonna go at least 1,000. It's just my professional opinion. So I'm not gonna sell NVIDIA now, and I may probably add NVIDIA if it drops. Where would I add NVIDIA? I would add it below 800. So around 800, I'm interested. Below 800, I'm really interested. So I added some around this time. Now it just came back again. So the next time, if it comes back down again, I'm gonna add around 800 and below 800. Of course, this is not financial advice. I'm just telling you what I'm thinking. Not Apple. I think Apple's gonna go up. Like I said before in my previous video, Apple's has been going up. Probably they're gonna go up in June, and probably later if they announce really good AI or something exciting that could boost their sales. Yes, in that situation, I'm gonna revisit Apple again. Right now, I would rather add to my NVIDIA positions. Let's look at factor number 5 that could move the stock markets in June and the rest of the year. This is election year, and previous year we had more than 10% return. So let's look at the two line. Composite election years after 10% gain previous year. This is this line. And all election years since 1950. This is this line. If you look at it, this line performs better than this line. So this year could be better than all the other election years. And I told you before, in April, at the beginning of April, the stock market went down. Usually stock market went down in February or beginning of March, but this year is really good bullish year. So the drop got delayed until the beginning of April. Now we are coming back up again. It's not sell in May and go away. It's buy in May and sit on the beach. So that's why I bought it when it dropped. I also bought it in May. I kept trading options and advanced option. May started to go up. Look at that. There may be some dip at the late May or beginning of June. Then it goes up. Then July, summer ready. Look at that. And a little bit of dip in August. Yeah, it's possible. Every year we tend to see some dip in August or September, October. Look at that. It went up a little bit. Then September, October consolidation. Then a little bit of dip right here. Then November it went up. Then a little bit of consolidations. Then it went up at the end of the year. So I believe it's gonna be more like that too. That's what the historical data suggests. We already had a big Q1 return. Could the return continue? Let's look at that. Big Q1 returns should scare bulls. Look at the S&P 500 Q1 return more than 10% or more. So we had about 11 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So out of 11 years, we only had 4 negative returns in April. But Q2, look at that, only 3 negative years. Final 9 months of the years, only 1. Look at that. So the average 6.5% return for the final 9 months, median 8.2%. So 90.9% of the times, it end up higher. For the average year, look at that 7% return, then 73% higher. So I expect this bull market to continue. Of course, if something happens, World War III, yes, it could drop quite a lot, but it will come back again after 1 year, 2 years, depending on the war. It can be anything. But based on the data, I expect the stock market to continue going up. Is it already too late for you to get in? Let's look at this. We had bear market bottom in 1949, June 13. Bull market peak, August 2nd, 1956. S&P 500 changed 267%. How long did it last? 86 months. Did bull market start in October? No. Only 6 out of the 10 started in October. Average bull market return is 167.3%. Median 107.9%. Average, how long it lasts? 60.9 months. So it's about 5 years. And median 55.2. One interesting thing is if bull market starts in October, 64.9, it lasts longer. Median 60 months. So I believe based on the data, this bull market could last about 5 years. Now we are only up 43.4%, only 18 months. So we are just at the beginning of bull market. So what have I been doing? I've been buying good stocks, just hold it for the next few years. I can use call option, put options, invest option to keep trading, to make weekly income, monthly incomes. Because I believe this bull market is still young and it could last a long time. We had a bear market in 2022, yes, but it was induced by Federal Reserve raising interest rate. It was man-made, so it wasn't an unexpected disaster. So I believe it could last even longer. This is factor number 3. Let's look at factor number 2. CPI data. Let's look at CPI data. If you factor in shadow is keeping CPI elevated, 3.2%. If you exclude shadow like rent, mortgage, it's only 2.1%. It hit Federal Reserve long-term target rate of 2%. So we could be seeing shadow rent going down in the next few months or several months. And in that situation, the Federal Reserve, they are more happy to cut the interest rate, borrowing a few more times. Then that is a boost to the stock market. Really good. And I'm going to show you one thing very interesting. This stock market really want to go up. May 16, US consumer inflation resumed downward trend as domestic demand cools. And let's look at another news. April CPI data was positive after recent disappointments. New York Fed President said it was on May 16 that CPI data came out. Looks like everybody was happy, so it must be really good. Then another thing, CPI data may signal 2 Fed rate cuts strategies. So look at that. For September, 50.3% that the rate will be between 5 and 5.2%. That's what they said. So basically they expect 1 cut in September. As CPI data fell mostly in line with expectation for the month of April, it may signal to traders that inflation is beginning to moderate, potentially allowing the Federal Reserve to lower interest rate. So according to CME, Fed Watch, over 50% of traders are pricing in a rate cut in September. So the news must be really good, but you really need to look at the data. Look at the data. Tuesday, May 14, PPI, Producer Price Index, it was more than expected, 0.3%, 0.5%. That was bad news. Core PPI, 0.4%, more than expected. That was bad news. And let's look at that. Core CPI, yes, in line, similar, no surprise here. Core CPI year over year, no surprise here. The only good news was Consumer Price Index, 0.3%. less than expected 0.4%. If you look at all the data, you see 2 bad news and 1 good news, and the stock market wanted to go up because we are in a bull market. Look at that. So that's very, very obvious. So it's like dating. Let's say you really love the girl, she's young, she's beautiful, and she's innocent, then you probably forgive her more. If she just makes 2 mistakes, and you will probably forgive her more compared to you are dating ugly older woman. Just like that, this is a bull market, so they want to go up. Even though she makes 2 mistakes and she only did 1 thing right, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna forgive her. She's so sweet, she's so innocent, she's beautiful, she's young. So we are in a bull dating market. Stock market wants to go up. If it was a bear market, hey, you may have 9 good news and you only have 1 bad news. So the stock market could stay go down. Just like that. Factor number 1, the most important thing is earnings. S&P 500 forward earnings expectations continue to go up. Look at that. As long as the company keeps making money, it really doesn't matter the other factors. It may just be temporary. All the other 4 factors that I talk about, they don't really matter as much as companies' earning. S&P 500 index next 12 months earning per share keeps going up. If they keep making money, then we will see stock market keep going up. Is stock market going up important, or are you making money? Which is more important? I think you making money, I making money is much more important than stock market going up or down. Because if stock market goes down, we can use put option, advanced option. If stock market goes up, we can use call options, advanced option, and we can invest in stock. Even if we have a bear market, we can invest in great companies at a discount price. Bear market is promotion periods, so it's very, very important. It doesn't matter what happens in the stock market, as long as we make money, then we are happy, right? If you want to know what I trade, what I buy, you can join Patreon. The link is gonna be down below. Do you want to retire early? Do you love freedom? Do you want to work only 1 to 2 hours a day while traveling around the world and spend more time with your family? You can start investing and option trading right now.